folks, update time again. So far I'm not getting interrupted. There was somebody fishing here when I first got here, but he left pretty much right away. A couple of school buses going by with kids screaming at me, but everything seems to calm down now, so get this done before something else happens. Oh, beautiful day today. It's still not super great. The wind's a little bit chilly, but it's pretty nice. It was supposed to be 21 today, I think. So it's right borderline for me wearing shorts, but I'll just take a quick look here. So I have something I can throw up on the screen. 19. Take a screen cap of that. And I'll convert that to Fahrenheit for everybody. I had a whole bunch I wanted to talk about. I can't think of any of it right now. I was thinking about it last night, and I was like, okay, I get enough information, I need to do another update. Now I don't remember any of it. One thing I do know for sure is we have another week of summer coming. That's sort of kind of starting today. We had a chilled off period, and I haven't really gone out a whole lot, haven't done a whole lot. I've done some shopping, that's about it. But temperatures starting to go up again. Our frost warning's gone away. Our frost advisory. It's pretty chilly at night. So that ended this morning. Well, I'm not sure when, but when I got up this morning, I noticed the pop-up on my phone saying the frost advisory has ended. So temperatures are going up, and for the next week we're going to be close to 30 again. And if I remember correctly, that was 86 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot for us. Like I said before, this is Canada. We don't get super hot temperatures, but because of, I don't remember if it was El Nino or La Nina, one or the other. We're supposed to be getting a super. No, I don't remember which one. But it's supposed to be a super one again. And they're saying we're gonna get a hot summer. Well, that's what I'm hoping for. It's been a while. Talking that anyways. They're never right when they're saying what we're supposed to get. But I love it when the temperatures are above 30, so hopefully we get to see some of that this year. But for this next week, it's gonna be close to that, which is nice. It's not summer yet, so it's a pre-summer warm-up, and I'm good with that. So I want to get as much done on Monster as I can. I think I know what's wrong with my left front wheel, why it's wobbling. I sort of kind of mentioned this before. I'm not even sure if I talked about this. I might have already, but I think what's happened is the hub is not all the way in. Yeah, I did talk about it. I remember now. So I'm gonna take it off and see if I can get it to seat properly inside the speedometer unit, pickup unit, because I have a feeling that's what it is. It's not all the way in, which is allowing the end of it to move around. So that's my guess. So that's what I want to find that out. And July 1st we have our fireworks, Canada Day fireworks. I want all my lights working by then. Oh, excuse me. Because afterward I'm going to be driving in the dark, surrounded by people. I want to make sure all my lights are working. And I'm hoping to have everything done all nicely painted up and everything so the Monster looks nice. That's my goal every year. To have everything done by then. And hopefully no new issues will come up. I am going to make an attempt at getting that bolt out, the swivel bolt, because right now it's horrible. I got a comment. That's the other thing too, I forgot to mention in my last update. I finally got around to answering a lot of the comments that I've got. I didn't realize I was that far behind. Wow. I spent 4 hours on it, and I still never got to them all. But I got a lot of them. And one of the one of my viewers is starting to do scooter videos too. And he's asking about different things, and somebody else commented about where I have my cameras, all the shaking and that, and it's like, I kind of understand where that's coming from, but at the same time, like, there's nothing wrong with my mount. That's a solid mount. It does not move. It's not the camera that's moving. And the issue is, well, first of all, I drive on a lot of rough surfaces. It's gonna vibrate. I can drive down the road. I don't need any image stabilization whatsoever. It's rock solid. It's not moving. There's nothing wrong with the mount that I have. But like I say, the problem is I drive on rough surfaces, which is gonna make it shake, and it causes gelling in the picture. It's really hard for image stabilization to overcome that, and it makes it look bad. There's nothing I can do about that, right? It's not the camera mount itself. Any camera, well, any cheap camera anyways, is gonna have gelling when you get on a rough surface. The other problem is the monster's really bouncy. So, it's gonna make that roll bar move like this. Because when it goes down, the roll bar moves back, and then when it comes back up, that's the nature of the monster. It's got nothing to do with where I've got the camera mounted. The other problem, or I should say another problem, is that camera is almost 5 feet, or it's more than 5 feet off the ground. It's almost 6 feet off the ground. And as the monster rocks, the top of the roll bar, the higher up it is, the farther it's going to move. So it's going to move. And right now, all that is exaggerated because I don't have those side springs. Yeah. I don't have those side springs. Okay? With that swivel bolt not being in place, the rear end is welded solid. So if I hit a small bump with one of my wheels, the whole scooter's gonna rock, like, immediately. There's nothing to absorb that. So all the motion, the side-by-side motion that I'm getting, it's all exaggerated right now. And that's causing other issues. That's actually causing an issue for my back. And I never realized just those little springs, how much they actually help with the comfort level. If I'm going up and down off the sidewalks and that little bump, those springs normally absorb that. But now it's like there's nothing. When I come up from the dam down at the boat launch there, I come off that curb, the first wheel goes down and the other wheel will actually come off the ground. So I need to get that fixed. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if I can get that bolt drilled out. I'm gonna attempt that. I honestly don't think I can do it. I don't have the expertise required for drilling out bolts, and I'm not even sure if I have all the right size drill bits to begin with. And if it's hardened steel, it's gonna take a lot out of me. But I don't want to take the monster apart to do that. I'm just gonna lift the front end up and just try to drill from underneath. Just to see what I can do. And if I can't do that, I'll talk to my dealer and see if there's if ODSP is gonna pay to replace that whole frame. Because I wasn't worried about it at first. It's not a important feature. It's not imperative to have that swivel bolt, active. But as far as comfort goes, like, it's affecting my health. It's killing my spine. Because you can't really see in the camera. You'll see me moving around a lot, and the reason for that is when I go over those curbs, I lean forward, so the monster will actually tilt without me. I'm staying straight up and down, but it looks like I'm bouncing all over the place. I'm actually staying still. It's the monster that's moving. So it's killing my back. to say the least. So I gotta do something about that. And that, like I say, that makes a big difference in the video that you're seeing. So, but I can't put the camera anywhere else. Most of you know why the camera's there. I didn't put the camera on the scooter for the purpose of making YouTube videos. YouTube videos are just a pleasant side effect of having it there. That camera is there for my safety. And like I say, most of you know that already, those of you who've been with me for a while. For those new subscribers that don't know the story, I'm not gonna go into the whole thing, but I was in Walmart one day and I got accused of something that I didn't do. And that Walmart, I used to work there, so I know that their security cameras aren't always on. So I got thinking about that, and basically that's gonna come down to, he said, she said. Nothing can be proven either way. She can't prove I did what I was accused of. I can't prove I didn't. And that kind of freaked me out, right? So it just... I realized I needed to do something. So the purpose of the camera being here, I can't move it because my head has to be in it so you can see where I'm looking. And that's why it's there. So if anybody accuses me of anything, I got the video to prove I didn't do it, right? So, and I think that's important for all scooters. Anybody who's out on a scooter, it's come in handy a few times. I coming up to an intersection, it's kind of a blind intersection. The traffic coming from the side has a stop sign. And normally, if there's a car coming, I'll wait for cars. You see that in the video all the time. I give everybody the right of way. I never take it, I never accept it. Unless I'm past the point of no return, or I don't have a choice, I'm already halfway through the intersection or something. Then I'll rely on them, knowing the law. But I come up to this intersection, I was already starting to cross by the time I saw a car coming. So I was already past that point of no return. And this car come up. He wasn't gonna make a full stop. He just he come up to the stop sign. He's looking to see, and then go again without coming to a stop. And he almost hit me. And he went to the police and complained that I pulled in front of him. So the video came in handy there. I didn't have a stop sign. He did. He didn't come to a stop. So I don't know if anything come of it or not. But the police told me obviously I did nothing wrong. And what was the other one? It was another one. Oh, my neighbor. The lady on the corner when I was living in Hanover, nasty lady she was. She didn't like me because I put her in her place one day. I corrected her and she didn't like that. And I was driving. I've got this on YouTube. I don't remember what video it is. It was a while. It was like 2016, I think, 2017, something. I was driving the ES 950, so probably 2016 early, before I got the Monster. And I was driving along, and I was coming up to an intersection. I heard a car coming behind me. I didn't have mirrors, so I couldn't see what it was, or who it was, or anything, or what they were doing. But I could hear it coming. I knew they were going to meet. I was getting ready to cross. And it sounded like they were slowing down, so I kept going. And all of a sudden, this pickup pulls right across in front of me, almost hit me. I used to drive with my feet up over the headlights like this on the old scooter. I don't know if you can see that or not. But it was so close, I had to move my foot to keep from hitting her rear tire. That's how close it was. And I immediately took that to the police. They went to talk to her. And of course, she didn't remember anything about it. Are you sure it was my pickup? Well, yeah, because you can clearly see her license plate in the video. So they asked me, do you want her to be charged or anything? I said, no, just let her know she didn't get away with it. Because I'm sure she did it intentionally. But the police told her it doesn't matter who it is. It can be somebody walking, it can be somebody on a bicycle, it can be somebody on a scooter, it can be someone on rollerblades, a skateboard. Even if they're crossing the street illegally, she is legally required to stop and wait. So no matter what the circumstances, because everybody's going to say, well, you shouldn't be driving your scooter on the road anyways. Point is, it doesn't matter. She has to wait. So it's come in handy as it is anyways, right? And for that reason alone, everybody should have a camera on their scooter. Even if it's mounted on the front here and not showing you specifically, you need to show what's going on around you. That's why everybody has, well, not everybody, but that's why so many people have dash cams now. Because there's so many situations where, you know, somebody can easily lie and put the blame on you, and you can't prove you did nothing wrong, right? So that's why my camera is up there. That's why it was on the roll bar to begin with, and I raised it up even higher. I put the extension on because my head was taking up too much space in the video itself. Because once I started making videos for YouTube, I didn't want it to be about me. I wanted it to be about, you know, where I'm going, what I'm doing. So I raised it up and made sure my head wasn't overwhelming the video. So I have no choice. That's where the camera's going to be, and that's where the camera's always going to be. It's a solid mount. The camera itself is not moving. I do have that annoying rattle I can't figure out, but I'm pretty sure it's these wires hanging down that are hitting the frame. Because if you noticed, on rainy days I used the waterproof case, and all the vibrations in the frame go up into that and they echo inside, and that's why everything's so much louder on rainy days, because you're getting all the noise from the frame. So, but right now, the Monster's always loud anyways. It's just been loud since I got it. I'm on my fourth motor, and everyone's been loud. It's nice and quiet. When I first get it, it's nice and quiet, but as soon as I start driving, you'll hear it. It's got a loud whine to it. Always has. And it only whines when it's under load. So if I'm going downhill, like not to the point where the Monster wants to go faster than the motor's allowing it to, but just a gentle downslope where the Monster's not under load, it gets really quiet. So, no, there's nothing I can do about that. But I am a little bit concerned because it seems every 2 years I'm either replacing the motor or the transaxle. This is the second year now. So it's been 2 years. But I haven't had any indication, I haven't had any loss of power or anything. The transaxle, I can smell natural gas, so I know the odor's escaping, but there's nothing leaking. The grease isn't leaking out of it, so hopefully I'm not going to have an issue with it this year. I really don't want to replace that again. It's just really annoying. But no, time will tell. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping to have a nice summer this year with no new issues. No recurring normal issues, but I've already taken care of some of those. I expect to do the ball joints by the end of the year, and probably the front wheel bearings again. That's normal. Ball joints pretty much every year. But that's because I drive so much. Like, I don't just, go out every 3 or 4 days to do shopping or whatever. I go out pretty much every day, especially if the weather's hot. I'm going out to enjoy it. And I do long drives. I love long drives. The Monster's capable of it. It should be able to handle it, but it doesn't. It can't handle its own abilities. That's the way I've described it for a long time. But I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that. Kind of talked more than I expected to on that subject. So I got about 5 minutes left. When I go down to the boat launch, there's couple of geese down there. They have 2 babies. They're there pretty much every day. I actually didn't see them today when I was down there. But I went down there yesterday, and they were close to my path that I have down there. And, of course, you know, they saw me coming, and they said, okay, time to relocate. So they crossed the river, went over the other side, and I'm watching them. They're right at the edge of the water. One of the parents is in the water with the 2 babies right at the edge, and the other one was up on the land. And all of a sudden, the one that was in the water, it looked like it was chasing a fish away from its babies. It had its head right down at the water, and it was going like, you know, almost in circles or whatever. It looked like it was chasing a fish away. I thought that was kind of weird. I've never seen that before. Now all of a sudden the one on shore came over to join in, and that was kind of weird. And then, not long later, both the parents suddenly took off and flew upstream, leaving the babies behind. The babies are freaking out. Come back, come back, come back. So I don't know what they did. They didn't go far. And then they started to come back, and the babies caught up to them, and they just kind of carried on. I kind of wonder, because when they have their young, they stay with them, right? So I'm just kind of wondering if they do that once in a while, just to get their wing muscles, keep their wing muscles in shape. I don't know, get some exercise. Because they just, both of them simultaneously just suddenly took off and flew away, leaving the babies behind to freak out. You know, it's kind of weird. Nature can be strange at times. Some of the things that I see, I don't understand why it's happening, but you know, such is life. So I kind of think there was something else I wanted to talk about. I don't know. I guess that's it. I do have plans for this hot weather. There is somewhere I want to go. I've never been before. I'm gonna make sure the monster's all good and working properly. I gotta take some tire change tools with me and extra tubes just in case I get a flat. Because that's one thing I do like about the monster with the white tires on the back, the low profile. I can drive on a flat tire, so if I get a flat I can drive home. But if I get a flat tire when I'm like to town, that's a long way to drive. I'll destroy the tire. So when I do that, I take my jack and tire pump, all the tools I need to change a flat tire. Because that's just too far to drive on a flat tire. Like I say, I can do it, but you know, there's not gonna be much left of my tire by the time I get home. So, but I do have plans for that. I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm just gonna do it and enjoy it. Oh, that reminds me of one other thing. The last video you saw, I did it 3 times instead of 4 times. That helps with the image stabilization, because if I speed up a video to 4 times, that video is just in my video editor. It's still full-size video, or full length, but it's taking up less space. When I run the image stabilization on that, it's stabilizing the entire video, the full-length video. It's not looking at what I have on the screen. So it's stabilizing normal speed video, and when I'm showing it at high speed, it's still, you know, there's still motion in it. It's not gonna be perfect for me. So I got thinking, if I show slower speed, then that stabilization is gonna have more of an effect. Because if I slow it down to, well, if I show regular speed, it's steady, it's dead steady. But, you know, as I'm driving, if I get a part of the road that tilts to the right a little bit, and then tilts to the left a little bit, you're barely even gonna see that. Wow, I've been talking that long already. But if I show that at high speed, you're gonna see that as a wobble, like a really fast wobble, and you know, it's gonna look like crap. So if I figure, if I slow it down to 3 times speed, then it's gonna help. It's gonna allow more scenery for you guys, because not everything's going by so fast. The downside to that is if I do my normal stops, then I'm gonna need longer music, which I discovered, because longer music, anything over 3 minutes is hard to find good music for. And the first one I had was 5 minutes and 49 seconds. And it's really difficult to find good music at that length. And once you get over 5 minutes, you're into like meditation and yoga music and stuff like that. Some of it's not bad, but I don't want to put you guys to sleep, right? So I'll have to stop at more places so I can use shorter music. And the other issue is going from 4 times to 3 times. If my math is correct, then my videos are going to be 25% longer in length. So, but you guys are always telling me you don't mind the longer videos, so I'm going to do that for a little while, just see how that works out. I've done one, like I said, the last video was an experiment just to see how it looks. It's rendering right now, so I haven't seen the finished product yet. I'll check that out when it's finished, and I think it'll be alright. We'll see what happens anyways. So I guess that's it. I got some things I plan on doing today before I go in. I want to do some work on the monster. I want to get something done. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm either going to do the wheel, or I'm going to take the front panel off here and see if I can figure out the wiring for that overhead light. I'm going to see if there's power at the switch here. I don't know what else to do. So, anyways, I'm going to end this before the camera changes files. And possibility of losing some of my recording. That's why I stopped at 25 minutes. So, I guess that's all I got for this update. Thanks for watching.